You up for a bit of guidance? I know I could do with some guidance right now. And it's always nice when you can just tip into those tools that you've got and kind of use these little babies to give us a little bit of assistance. So today I'm going to use the old Power Animal cards and see what they got in store for us. And I've just been working with some Reiki, just a beautiful Reiki session. So my energy's good. It's high vibration. Let's see what we've got in store for you all. And this obviously includes myself. So what do we need to know, everyone? Right here, right now, for the next week or so. And what I want to say as well, if you're coming into this recording a few months after it's done, there'll be a reason for it. Though, even though this is a message sort of out of time, the message will still be relevant. That's what I tend to find with these things. You think, oh, okay, that does make sense. But let's crack on. Let's get on with the first cards. I'm going to spread them like this. I'm just going to let my left hand feel to where it's guided. And let's see what we have. I love this. We have monkey ingenuity. Okay, so when I think of the monkey, the thing that comes to me is kind of like they're like sort of like the problem solvers, aren't they? The creative energy. So if this energy is coming in right now for me and for you, everybody else watching this, it's about using our creative skills. Sort of like finding what gives you that passion, what stirs your passion, what makes you feel good. Because you know when we're creating stuff, it gives us that kind of like, hey, I'm glad I'm doing this. And it's also a tool to overcome that dreaded procrastination that can sneak up on us. If we're not careful, procrastination will come along, drag us down, and then we just kind of like find our energy levels slump. We don't do things. And the monkey, for me, it says here ingenuity. I'm going to actually more about kind of like energy, getting stuff, enthusiasm, finding that kind of like spark to do the things you want to do. The thing I love doing is writing. I love writing. I've got a novel that's been written that I've got a link for below. I do warn you though, it is paranormal horror. So if you're very much a beautiful, peaceful soul, maybe you don't want to go that road. But there's other things that I've done that are not in that vein. I'm certainly working on spiritual stuff, and maybe this for me is telling me that. Get on with it, Gary. Get going. Get it out there and share it. And you can share. If you comment below booklet, I'll send you a little freebie, mini little ebook about kind of like never surrender. And there's no horror in that one, trust me. But let's get back on point. The monkey for me, it's about telling us all right now to find the energy of endeavor, of getting things done. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel good? Because when you create something, I don't know about you lovely people, when you do something, you look at what you've made, isn't there that sense of achievement? But don't stop there. Don't rest on your laurels. Put it to one side and get on with the next thing. And it's how the monkey, he's about making progress. I'm thinking like, it's almost like one of those old video games. He's just hopping from one thing to the next, keeps moving forward. And that's kind of what it's down to us to do that. We can sit down and just flummox and sort of like do nothing, which is perfectly okay as well. I'm not going to sort of nag you and say, well, you must do that. But if you have got those bursts of energy, let's utilize them. Let's live our lives a little bit and really kind of like do the things that make you kind of like leave a little bit of a legacy. Make your legacy, make it happen. That for me is what the monkey is all about. So let's spread the next cards and see what we have. And we have, I like this one. We have buffalo. And it does have the word abundance there. There are other words. I'm only going to read the other parts at the end because I don't want to be influenced. And sometimes my meaning may be different from that, which is perfectly fine. I'll say anyone who does card readings, trust your intuition. But buffalo for me is about reverence. It's about reverence and kind of like having this understanding of where you sit in the grand scheme of things right now. With the monkey's about creativity, which is great, but we know that we can't forever be in that creative vein. We can't be keep doing a zillion things at once. The buffalo comes along to me to say, yeah, okay, Mr. Monkey or Miss Monkey, you've done your bit. Now let's ground it all in, ground the energy in, make those creative plans a reality, and to do that, we need to pause. We need to kind of come to our center and just think of ourselves like, right, this is the time for me to, get planning almost. It's almost like a planning energy, planet energy. You notice plan, planet. So again, it's that realism. It's magical realism. It's believing that what you've created, you can do something wonderful with it. But if you're forever creating, just throwing things like, it becomes chaos, doesn't it? There's chaos going everywhere. This plane's going over here, and you'll be like that mad professor who can't find his little test tube because he's got so much going on that there's just no grounding been going on. It's just all theory. And I was reading one of my books about these wonderful inventions that were made, or these theories, but it took them about 150 years to find it because it was literally the mad professor syndrome, where he'd hide all his knowledge in books, and then eventually they found it 200 years later or whatever it was. So this is why the buffalo's coming in for me. He is almost like saying, got these brilliant ideas, great. What are you going to do with them? It's almost like your personal organizer. This is the one that's going, right, we're going to put this here, there, and there. And it's like your little spiritual manager coming in, keeping you on point. But also, it'll be the one, if you're going a bit too mad, to rein you in a little bit. It might be the one that says, okay, you need to rest right now. You're doing too much. I'm here to tell you that. So, in a nice way, it's not going to nag you, but the buffalo will have that sense of reverence. And it just makes me think of the universe as well. Even though it's an earth creature, it just has this wonderful, beautiful connection, this buffalo, and reminding us right now that we can connect with the sim core of energy. Sim court, what kind of English is that? The same source of energy to ourselves. Grind it into your heart, into the three treasures, your heart, your third eye, and what I call the tanden, or your solar plexus, or sorry, not the solar plexus, your sacral, around your belly button. See those three energies all connecting, the three treasures all connecting. This beautiful light coming in, a bit like that thing behind me there, coming right through you from the universe into the earth, and then we circle it back around. So it's like a wonderful circuit. The buffalo, if you tap into that energy, will make that happen for you. So that's what we have from the buffalo. I'm going to pick one more. So spread them, guys. Spread the cards. Where we're going to go next. And here we are. And the final card. Oh, I love this. We got some really nice cards to get everyone. They are really. This is a nice positive message, and the energy is really lovely. Butterfly transformation. So when we look at that card, there's some beautiful colours there, and there's a lot of turmoil going on. There's no two ways about it. You look at what's going on in this crazy world, and you can't hide from it. It's literally there in your face, isn't it? Where there's a lot of silliness, and it can knock you off kilter. It can knock you off kilter. However, if we stay true to ourselves, we can transcend. It's got transformation. I'm actually saying transcendence. So the transformation comes when you transcend this nonsense that's going on out there, and you can just rise above it. The butterfly is a very light energy. It doesn't get dragged into any of this silly dramas that's going on. And my message to us all: don't get triggered. You know, things will come along, and there's a reason for that. It's almost like you're being tested. You'll see things going on from, it could be friends, family, or whatever, and it's almost like they're doing this to you. Boom, boom, boom. And how do you wish to respond to that? One of the best things, if there's an energy come towards you, don't stand there and let it hit you. Just move out of the way, or just move away from that energy. The other option is to get involved, and suddenly you're squabbling on the most absurd things, and that will drag you into the nonsense. Which if you're here right now, you're probably on that vein of spiritual discovery of your own Reiki journey, where you don't want to get dragged in, and maybe this is a reminder of the precepts of just for today. Do not get angry. Don't worry about it. Be compassionate, especially to ourselves and sometimes even to those antagonists, which can be difficult. I'm not going to lie to you, because if someone is doing something that's not particularly nice, it's having the higher understanding of why they're doing that. Why are these things happening? Is this sort of like individual or individuals? Because there's a collective madness, as I call it, that's going out there. Why is it affecting you? Don't make it your fight. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. Unless you're specifically can't avoid it at all, just move away, get out of the way, bang. So there is a punch, bomb, you've missed. And you've moved on, you've moved away from it. Just say, I'm not getting involved. One of the things I do, and this is something you can do on social media as well, because social media we know is very toxic, especially Facebook. If you see a post that's kind of irritating you, just unfollow that person. You're not unfriending them, but you just don't wish to see that stuff. And I've done that, but there's a lot of stuff out there that I don't agree with. If I see something like that, I just unfollow. I don't see it anymore. My energy's beautiful. It doesn't get affected. So try to do that yourself if you feel that would be a nice, useful thing for you to do. And then you just transcend into that beautiful energy that is your right. And then when you start transcending, we try transforming, then we can help. We can help send that beautiful light out there. And I'm going to give this a little bit of a clarion call to all of those energy healers, Reiki healers especially, but I know there'll be other energy healers that come on doing their own practice. Send that energy out to the earth right now, much as you can. Bombard it with this beautiful, pure energy, because then maybe we can make a change. We can change, and maybe some of the other how could I put it, the other caterpillars out there, then maybe they can start turning into butterflies. We can help, but we got to help ourselves first. That's the message that's coming through from this lovely butterfly. So let's just have a quick recap. Pick my cards up again. So the first one, ingenuity. It's all about creativity. I will read the messages at the bottom there. The situation calls for adaptability and innovation. Yeah, it's innovation for me is creativity, is creation, getting things done, and not being sort of like knocked off your stride a little bit. So do make sure, if you can, the time to sort of find that creative spark. The buffalo abundance, and it says you are provided for in all ways. For me, again, this is the realist. It's the organizer, going to make us understand what's real for us and making us understand how we've provided. Where does this abundance come? It comes from up there. It comes from beneath our feet. But more importantly, you know where the true abundance lies? It's in you. You have it in you. You have it there. You are a master of your own destiny. Be the master. Be the master. Be the one in charge of your energy. Only you is the one who can put your energy to where it's needed. Others will seek to influence it, but ultimately, you have the key. What are you going to do with it? Okay, and finally, beautiful card to end. Butterfly and transformation. Oh, I forgot to say the words here, and it says get ready for a big breakthrough. And yeah, and I want to say don't try to find the big breakthrough, because if you are in flow, it will just naturally occur. And this is the thing, isn't it? We strive so hard. I've got this goal. I've got to get this target. I've got to make this bang, 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 put myself under pressure. If you flow, if you ride the currents, you don't have to try, because the currents move you. You don't have to move yourself. The butterfly just opens its wings and the currents glide that beautiful energy to where it needs to go. Allow yourself to be moved by the currents of the universe. and then you will step into your beautiful flow. And I think that's a perfect way to finish, don't you? So there you are, everyone. I hope this lovely little reading is useful for you. Do consider dropping a little like if you find that. It does help me out a bit. And please do share your comments. I love interaction. I love hearing your thoughts. Can't stress that enough. And I know that a few people do get to the end and maybe they're thinking, I don't know if I want to type something. I don't bite, honest. And it just gets that beautiful kind of like community vibe, which is what I'm really all about. And I hope that gives you some pointers as we go forward into the next few weeks, months, years, or whatever. Whenever you may see this, you might be watching this in 2042. Who knows? On that note, wish you all the very best. Have a beautiful evening, beautiful day, beautiful morning, afternoon, whatever. And I'll catch you at the next video. Take care. Much love. See you soon.